conversation. As I told Abimbola earlier, I've never heard or seen anybody from Kogi State being a musician. It was nice having him here. Today's topic on this segment is one that resonates with every one of us, and that is trust in marriage. Whose responsibility? It's often said that trust is the foundation of any relationship. But whose responsibility is it to build and maintain that trust? Here with us is Pastor Olu Franklin. She's a counselor and coach and the president of Active Youths and Teens International. You're welcome.
Good morning. Good morning.
Now tell me, can you define trust?
Wow. Trust is reliability. Trust is having a total confidence on something, relying on something, looking at the, believing that this thing, I can rely on it. In a simple time, let me just bring it on. Ability to rely on someone or rely on something. That is trust.
So, okay, so let's look at trust now in the context of marriage.
Trust in the context of marriage is both of us being able to be on the same page, same things from the same perspective, relying on you whatsoever you bring to the table, whatsoever you discuss with me. Let me believe that, yes, I believe what you are saying. It's a total belief, it's a total trust, it's a total, will I say, depending on someone that this person got my back.
This person got my back.
Yeah.
So when you, especially because this conversation is going to draw really on marriage.
Yeah.
And so here, is it also important that these two individuals must first trust in themselves before they trust in their partners? Because again, sometimes you also have self-doubts and you're not even sure of your capacity of what you can do. And sometimes you hear things like, let me go trust I am.
It's common.
You know, so when you want to earn the trust of someone else, how important is it that individually you also believe in yourself before then believing in someone, and then both trust becomes
to
one.
work together. When it comes to trust in marriage, it's a mutual something. It's not one way something. Trust in marriage, in home, it's supposed to be mutual. And the one you're talking about, this self-trust, yes, of a true people say so, but you know some people, they may not really trust themselves, that they will say, if I get to that place, I'm not going to cry. But eventually they cry. Maybe that is sometimes when somebody says, I don't trust myself, doesn't mean that you can't trust them.
Okay.
What you are trying to say is that sometimes their emotions, they can take advantage of them. But that is quite different to, I trust my partner. My partner will not do this. I believe in it. I rely on it. It's quite different. However, both supposed to go together. You should get to a state that you should be able to rely on yourself, have ability of this is what I can do. But when it comes to emotions, like this anger, sometimes you say, I won't get angry. And that's why you see people often saying that statement that I don't trust myself. Because emotion, sometimes something will really, you have to be intentional to work on your emotion. I'm not going to cry, I'm not going to get angry, I'm not going to be mad at this person. But something you just see yourself being mad. And that's what they're saying, that's it. So it's a little bit different to, I trust my partner.
Okay.
Oh, I gave my partner so amount of money to keep for this project, for this. I know my partner is going to keep it. No matter what is going to happen, he's not going to touch it. It's quite different. Okay. And every relationship is supposed to be based on trust. I used to tell people, if there is no trust, then there is no relationship.
Right.
There's no relationship. And that is what is affecting us today, that we have turned marriage situation to transaction. If you give me, you take. I give you this, you take. When you are talking about trust, it's more than there's somebody that will be able to be there for you. It's just like the way I sat on this chair, I just know that you You didn't set me up. The chair, I can sit on it.
And then you can be comfortable.
I can be comfortable. And that is how we should be able to build ourselves as family, as couple, to get to the extent to say, I know my partner is here for me. He got my back. So until we get to that, then we still continue to abuse this subject called trust.
Okay, it's common when people say, oh, trust is a crucial part of any marriage, or is the foundation of any marriage. And today we've had trust broken many times, I won't say most times, many times with the case of infidelity. Even if it is, you know, even if you catch the man or you catch the woman, where does trust come in here?
Well, often at times you find that in actual sense, it wasn't like that from the beginning. Some people will just as I was telling you, that some people, it's not that they don't want to really live a life of trust, but sometimes I told us emotions take over so many people. And by the time maybe they are now caught in the very act, they will tell you, oh, I didn't really mean it. You know, you trust me. You know, I won't do this, I won't do that. And that's why I want to talk to us, that when we are talking about trust, is people that will be able to carry out trust effectively are people that will be able to deal with their emotions, deal with their feelings, being able to put yourself under subjection, under control. Then you'll be able to be a trust partner. But without that, day in, day out, I've seen so many men say, I don't really want to do it. I don't really want to do it, but I just find myself doing it. How? Oh, that lady pushed herself on me, do this and that. And that's why we have to really work on ourselves, so that we'll be able to have a standing, we'll be able to stand, and somebody will say, yes, I trust this person. It's common, this is happening, but that is not what God wanted.
So if that happens, does that mean trust is, you know, completely broken in that marriage?
I tell people that every day trust is being affected, broken, battered. But it's something we should all work to create a platform to still be able to trust again.
So trust is not a destination.
It's not a destination, but however, it's something you
It's a
build.
journey. It's
it's a journey. And I tell people, trust is not something you just, today I just see, I say, I trust you. No, it's a process. And it has to do with a lot of, maybe time, continuously. And I tell people that when you break it today, it's okay, I've forgiven you. It's my emotion. I got angry. Tomorrow again, you do another one. Then you are breaking the wall of trust continuously. Yes, there could be some emotion take over, but if it comes a particular thing you keep on doing, you are breaking the wall of trust. And I tell people, let's always create a platform to build it again. It can be built again.
Is it only infidelity that can actually break trust issues?
Not at all. Just like what I was telling you when I started, I said, oh, we are keeping this money for project. My wife, please keep it intact for project. Maybe a man just made some money, want to keep it for project, or maybe for children's school fees, or this, or that. And the woman just fed, okay, I've had you, honey. Then before you know it, some needs just came. And he took it, he's not going to say what. You see, after all, the need is still family need.
Right.
And now the man is set for the project. Bring out the money, and in
There's trouble.
There's trouble. Like a case I just handled just this week. Yes, we are staying this week. Of a woman, the husband will give school fees. Go and pay for our own child. Go and pay. The woman will just get there. Maybe the school fees, I think they say maybe it's around 60. The woman will pay the school 20. Till maybe the time is about to finish, he will just pay maybe another 10 or thereabout. So the thing was combining each time they are carrying over. So until the proprietress was somehow mad and called the man straight, went to the farm and said, let me just talk to the husband, at least let him pity this woman. This woman is maybe it's out of her market. He's just bringing this small thing. And the man said, what? My son holding school fees have paid. They said no. So the thing is an issue we are still settling now. Because the man said no. If you can do this
then
to the child from our womb, then. So we are still trying to settle it. So trust, breaking trust, lack of trust comes in a number of ways. It's not only in infidelity. So,
I mean, sorry, Adebimpe, but just to come, because you've given an example of this case, and in this situation, if the man, peradventure, at the end of the day, you know, forgives and decides that, okay, let us. Because even me,
You're struggling.
I don't even.
On that scenario,
I mean, it's
No,
just
even me, I have to hide. I have to hide
your
the way I was
disgust.
feeling.
Like,
so I allow to talk to them. Later, I called him. I said, "No, you disappoint me."
because that's your own child.
So,
And so if the man says, okay, that's fine, I have agreed, I hope that this will not happen again. What is the best way for such a woman to seek help? Because it may happen again if she has money issues. So in that situation where trust has been broken, is it okay to work on the person whose trust was broken or the person who also broke the trust?
both of them. The first thing to for appeal to the man.
Why both of them?
Okay. Both of them in the sense that one is having a character that needs to be worked on. So that the incident will not reoccur
Happen again.
Then the other one, the wall of trust is broken. I'm sure next time
He will probably go and pay by himself.
either pay by himself, then if he, or any other thing, he will just want to do it by himself. And then with that, the family will even the children will
You'll
now
start
feel
suffering,
something.
yeah.
Because until daddy is now available to do some specific thing. So both of them need therapy.
And
So that it won't.
how open are we to therapy in Nigeria here?
That is the issue we are having. And thank God for the mosque, thank God for the churches, thank God for the messages, and that is what is helping us. Nigeria doesn't want to accept change. Nigeria doesn't want to say, oh, I'm mental, something is disturbing. Because on the normal day, if such a woman should sit down, your own child, why some men and there, they can't even pay this kind of a bill.
You are ripping your own
You have
off.
the one that can pay for you. You are changing the destiny of your child. So, such a person, if he's able to think when she knows that he needs help, she knows that he needs therapy, that, oh, I don't know what comes up. It wasn't that there was no money. He just felt that,
Why should I pay it?
why should I pay it just like that? Let me be paying. And before you know it, someone
You
that will
spend
now
the money.
and spend the money. So they need therapy. They need counsel. Such a person, you need to really talk to him. Call the person and talk, which is what I'm trying to do for both of them. But I try to make sure each time I want to talk to the man, I won't really say it in the presence of the man when I want to hit it hard. Okay. But I'll just tell the man, oh, what he did is wrong. We are sorry. We pray that it's not going to happen again. I said, I pray so. You understand that kind of thing. But personally, I've called the woman and said, what you did is wrong. To the body of Christ is wrong. To women folk is wrong. To the child.
Yes.
If the daddy should sit that child down, the embarrassment you are facing while they have been driving you home until he got to this stage that they brought it to my notice, it wasn't my fault, son. It's your mommy. I paid the money. I gave her the money. So you can see that there's a whole lot of counseling to be done. So as a war of trust. But I normally tell people, let's create a platform where we can build it again. Because God did it, that family have to stay. No, you can't just be an island. We just have to stay together.
Abimbola said that for those who are not open to
Therapy.
therapy, within themselves,
How
between
would they
both of
solve?
them, what role will communication now play in maintaining trust? Because I know many people will not seek help.
Yes, you are right. And that is why I talk about, despite the fact Nigeria doesn't want to seek help and we are not talking. We don't talk to each other. Even when we talk, sometimes the talk is not really heard, the talk is not constructive enough. But in such a scenario, I advise that they both sit down. Yes, I'm wrong. One person should say, I'm wrong in this aspect. But this is what happened this way. For it not to happen next time, please, Oni, help me in this way. But I wish you use it for some other thing that she feel best for her. Then she'll be able to confide in the husband so that next time, such a thing, they still have to really sit down and talk. Somebody said talk is cheap, but heady talk is not cheap. If the way we just talk, the real one that is heady, we are talking it, we have a better family. Then this topic we are discussing will be one of these now. So, whoa. And if there is trust, not even the family, the society will know it for good, even our nation. If only we can trust ourselves, just the way a carpenter will say, I've done this chair, it's good for you, sit on it. So if only I can just say, I got your back, and you are there for me, I'm there for you, then we'll have a better home, we'll have a better society, we'll have a better nation. but we need to talk heady.
We need to talk. For example, I'm going to go back to that case because it's going to be our talking head.
Yes.
In fact, when I saw when he now told me the topic, I was actually not saying that my hands are feel I won't be able to come today. He said, "Mommy, this," and I said, "Okay, I have already
a case at hand." And I mean, that case is one that would continue to punch on holes and see how it can help us to find, you know, meaningful solutions to this. In the case of that woman, which you've said here that both parties need to be spoken to. The husband needs to forgive and want to make amends, and then the woman must commit to wanting to change. So what if in a situation where this woman does not even accept that she has done something wrong? So how do we make headway in such a situation? And if you know, the husband keeps referring to that incident, that also is a problem. So when you, in trying to mend fences and create that trust again, how possible, no, how important is it that when you actually forgive, do a little bit of forgetting? Because if you forgive and you keep making references to it, it will not heal.
It will not heal.
It will not heal. So how do we deal with such a situation?
You know, people will always say to her, is woman.
To forgive is divine, but that forgiveness, it's a journey.
It takes a whole process. Actually, what I tell people is, when you forgive, try not to, even when the situation comes up for you to refer to it,
hold yourself back.
Hold yourself back to a great extent. Hold yourself back. Then I tell people, couple, make fun of each other. As if so we give you money that day, you chop
and laugh about it.
I know you will not chop this one. You know.
That is if one party is ready to take that joke.
If one party is ready to take that joke and the woman accepted. If the woman is the type that accepted that what I did is wrong, wow, it's going to be very good. The ability to heal will be very fast. But if it's the type that is not see anything wrong in what she has done, it's going to be a little bit funny. And I used to tell people that, you know, family those days, people really enjoy. You have one elder papa, mama, that you go and meet. The woman will cry to, my husband did this, or I did this, so please, I want you to help me.
To beg him.
To beg him and everything. Things will work. But these days, I don't know what has come over us that people don't want to take on to their fault, even when they are wrong. But such a family, I still want to look at it that I have to talk to the man more, and I know it's not only me, probably maybe must have discussed with somebody else. We pray that the man will be able to just forgive and let go. That even if he must think of it, it's not going to be what is going to hurt the partner. Then they'll be able to have a good atmosphere, because if they continue in that, it's not going to affect the child. If the man keep on saying it, using it to hurt. So I just believe that the woman will hold up to it, that yes, I'm sorry in this wise. Because it's so easy to forgive when somebody owns up to the fault. Because if you don't owe to it, even God, you can't come before God and say, what I did is wrong, is right. God, forgive me. You always say, God, I am sorry. David claimed, he said, I mess up, God, forgive me. So I just pray that we'll be holding up to it. And once we want to, I want to talk to partner, then forgive. And forget and move on. Because you are still in that journey. Nobody's going to come out from the... Even when you decide to say, I'm not going with this sheep again, family is family. Yoruba will always have an adage talking about that. Wherever you are giving birth to a child, it's your home forever. It's more than just it's a friend.
Okay, is it possible for a party, you know, in a marriage, for the one party in the couple, not to believe or invest in trust in a marriage? Like, for instance, a man that does his own thing and, you know, and just believes that the woman, do your own thing. I'm not even going to invest anything like trust in you. Not because
the woman has done anything
wrong to him in the past. It could be
past.
You know,
maybe how
he grew up.
How he grew up, family
background.
background. Yes, that was where I'm going. If when you see a man or a woman doing something like that, they are coming from the back. They are coming from behind. It's something they have seen that, okay, just like that child. Let's go to that little child. If such a thing continue, to the extent the child grow up to maybe secondary school, And then maybe one day they just go out to school, and until daddy comes back, daddy met her, why are you at home? My school fees and all the rest. Then maybe now you've dropped, the man just flew up. I paid the school fees and do this. This is how you have been doing.
Same.
This is how you have been doing. When such a child grow up, I bet you, he's not going to trust the wife with any. It will just change. So
just be working in isolation.
You will just be working in isolation. So such a thing is to give room to things like that. Then some, if the wall of trust have been broken continuously. Oh, I forgive you. Okay. Next time, okay, take this project, go and give so person. You cut her back again. Continuously, the wall of trust
is constantly broken.
So such a person will say, oh, to save myself, the problem of not forgiving and the problem of this, let me just do my things on my own. And that's why this single post, when it was going in the air, single post.
Joint account.
Joint account. So I told people, they said, what kind of a counselor? You say, no, study yourself. And know the one that is best for you.
It is not a one size.
It's not a one size something. It's not. Just study yourself and know what is best for you.
Okay.
And apply the one that is best for you. I know a couple. The wife is just a gentle person, good Christian. The husband is jaye. But do you know they keep the same purse? And they did it for, at least, I've not heard from them now for almost about 3 years. But I've known them for a whole lot. These are couples of almost 60 years. The wife has retired, so it should be 60 plus. And all them. They were keeping joint account.
And it worked for them.
And it worked for them. The day was telling me, I said, wow, sweet. They are not pastors. They are just, but they have been able to. He told me they dated for so long, they understand each other.
The man really trusts the woman.
So it's actually,
because he knows that she's not like him.
Thank you.
She's prudent.
Thank you. She's prudent and all the rest. So all this, once we are able to do this, everything we just work. That trust, if only we can invest. But that's somebody not being able to. It's because the wall has been broken or from past experience. That's why we don't want to just say, let me try again.
Okay, let's go back to our topic.
Okay.
Whose responsibility is it,
It's a mutual responsibility. Trust is a mutual responsibility. It can't be a one-sided thing. That, oh, let the wife be the one to trust the man. There's this common slogan now. We can't trust men. Nobody can trust men. No, I used to tell people, no. There's nowhere in the Bible that they say you can't trust men. There's nowhere in the Quran, I don't know Quran so much, but the little I don't think there's a place that says don't trust a man. So it's a mutual responsibility of everybody. It's not for one person, including the children. But the parents to have a role to play, to be a standard, leading by example. Then the children too will take it up, starting from go and do your own work. Okay, mommy, then you will go and do the homework. You are building a wall of trust. If such a child did not tell him that come, you are breaking a wall of trust. I trust you that you will do this assignment. How come you have not done it? So let's give the example. Then guardian too. So it's a mutual responsibility of everybody so that we have a healthy home and have a healthy society.
External influences also play a huge role when it comes to trust in a family. And sometimes some wives will say, oh, my husband didn't stand for me, didn't stand up for me. And some husbands will say, no, you cannot do that. And I like the fact that you said it's mutual. So it has to be something that, both need to bring to play here. You can't bring 10% and one person bring 90%.
No, it won't work.
It's 100-100, not even 50. 100. It's 100-100. And so what is the best approach to handling the issues of the breach, depending on where the breach is coming from? Oftentimes when it comes from the woman, it takes from
it's as if it's a little bit easy to build back.
Yes, but then when it comes from the man, it's always like it takes more time and all of that. But then when it is breached, how much of time should you also give one another for the trust to return?
It depends on the individual. Because the time it will take you to heal may be different to the time it's going to take me to be healed. Then the issue of trust, to make it mutual, we have to be intentional. There come a time couples should sit and ask themselves that it's like our wall of trust is affected in this house. Then everybody will confess his own. You did something like this that time. That was why it was affected. You did something like that. Okay, can we trust again? Just as somebody says, can we marry again? Can we trust again? So you just have to be intentional about it. They want to build a wall of trust in this house. We don't want our children to grow up to meet this. There's this, my son in the Lord that is in US. I was with them about, I think, some months ago. So he was telling me, he said, that I don't want my children to grow up to me the way myself and my wife are living. And that's so first, I will start going to church very well now because the wife is pregnant. I will start going to church very well. I will start treating what I say, I stand by it because I want my child to learn something. Wow. I look at that. So that means you know all that you are doing.
It's bad.
That is bad. But that woman is equally somebody's child, somebody else's child, that you have been breaking the wall of trust continuously. You understand? So I was telling him, but I love what you are saying. It's good. But please, can you build the wall of trust too for that woman? Because you are a father figure to them. So it's something we should all be intentional. Couples should be intentional about it. There come a time you draw a line and say, oh, we have been playing on each other. Let's be intentional to build the wall of trust in this home. And I think it's going to help.
Okay, I'm looking at trust now and how it affects other parts of our lives, such as parenting. You know, what role does trust play for our, children?
Children, just like what I was saying. Just like it play a whole lot of role. Just like the one you were talking about the man just wanted to do things, just want his background. So he has a lot to do. And it starts from...
But they say your children don't trust parents because they gave this scenario of one old advert where a child wanted to go out to the parents who was already just. I said, go and bring your child.
They had left.
And that's where we all started.
I will go and bring my shoes.
I don't remember my parents doing that to me, but maybe it was some aunties or uncles.
Because
they always wanted to
They do it a lot. Sometimes they will tell you, go and bring your shoes. Sometimes go and collect sweets from your this thing and all the rest, and they will just go. Of a truth, like my children, sometimes they will just tell me, once they do that statement, I know what they're already saying. I know what it means. So I will not be telling them, I am serious.
This time
I'm serious. Just try me.
Okay.
And I will not start telling myself, you have told them you are serious. So
Many times.
Be serious and do it. So if you call my children, I will tell them, I don't eat my word. That's my common statement to them. I say, you know me, I don't eat my word.
So what you won't do, you shouldn't say.
I don't say it. What you won't do, don't say it to a child. So let's start from there to parents. It's going to help a whole lot. Stand your ground. I have a friend some time ago. I learned a lot from her. She is into baking. So the son wanted to take cake. Just told the boy, don't touch that cake. The boy hold the knife. How was he? I was shouting, don't touch that cake. Didn't you hear your mommy said it? The mother said, she will not touch that cake. You know me, will not. The woman did not shout. But the boy holding her. Mommy, please now. Mommy, please now. The mother was just, don't touch that cake.
She has said her
She has said it, and the child understood. The child did not touch. And this is a child of almost 16 or 17 that time.
17?
Yes. And the mother said, don't touch the cake. He did not cut that cake.
Haven't you seen those skits where parents will even tell their children, deliberately put cake or food in front of the child?
Yeah.
And they say, don't touch it till I come back. And the parent goes away. And the child is
staring,
and they won't touch it. Are you even talking about a 16-year-old? We're talking about toddlers.
Toddlers. So we can, but it's something we have to be intentional. We claim to be too busy not to have time for family again. This Gen Z generation, they even need us more. Those days, your mom used eyes to tell you.
If you do that,
and your mom knows that once he uses eyes to tell you,
you got the message.
You got the message, and he has trusted you to that extent. If they say you are doing anything, there is this, and they say, but Baba, this is there. Your mom will say, I'm not worried. Once you get there, just like the child. So we have to be intentional in parenting to build the wall of trust in the home.
Okay.
Then we have to put it inside a child.
I was going to ask you, so how does a parent, or how do parents build trust or teach their children to build trust?
Trust.
Yes.
Leading by example, just have said. Pastor so is coming to the house to visit me. You tell him I'm sleeping.
Yeah, I mean, little things.
Little things.
Overlook.
We overlook them. It matters a lot. You are in the bed, you are not praying. You are just, when you see your child open the door, Mommy, are you praying? You are not really praying when the child, and the child knew you are not praying. So those things matters a lot.
Yeah, they do.
So we have to be intentional. It's something we have to do deliberately.
Okay. Do we also, or how do couples also realize that this trust issues is actually in phases or in stages?
You are right.
Because again, as you grow older
Yeah.
in marriage, then your trust level will also increase. And so do couples really, because again, you counsel a lot. And so is that part of what you also let people know that, don't worry, it's a phase.
It's a phase, yeah.
Don't worry, it should be is him or you that you're not trusting now. At some point,
You'll become
it will
friends.
just
It will just
come
flow.
naturally. So do people realize that that is how trust works in a marriage, or should work in a
You
marriage?
said that as I should work, but sometimes it doesn't work like that.
Okay.
Because any farm you didn't farm, you need to work on it. There are some couple that from day one, their wall of trust has been broken. So they can stay there for a process of time till God knows it will not still work. But it's something that you are intentional. In as much as trust is not a day work, it's something that someone keep on getting intentional about.
Okay.
That I want to be trusted. I want to be reliable. You take it as a project that is going to be part of my life. I want my wife to come to trust me. That statement, to come to trust me. You know, that one will not be a process. But if you are not intentional about it, you may not be there, no matter the years.
But there are people that that have actually trusted for more than 50 years.
Yes.
And it was at their death.
Death.
That they trust.
No, I saw a lot like that. There's this man that he comes home every day 9 o'clock. The children can vow and everything, but the day of burial,
Another family
we
came
saw
up.
another family with about 3 children. And the woman was saying, no, but he confided in some of the friends. So the friends have to come.
So in that situation, where was the trust broken?
It was not intentional. It has been broken for long. And that's why I've said that it can be so long, you can be together for so long, but the wall will not still be built. So it's something we just have to make up your mind that I want to be a reliable person. I want to be somebody that my husband, my spouse can trust. My children can trust me. That when I say yes, it's yes. When I say, oh, it's like it's raining outside, they say it's mommy that says so. So it's true. Or it's daddy that says so. It's true. Oh, daddy and mommy says so. It's true. And these children, they are watching us. They know the one that, when he says so, I trust mommy. I trust daddy. Daddy will do this. So, but to be sincere, it's something you have to be intentional. There come a time in your life you say, I want to be trusted.
In a situation where, because there are so many cases, so many scenarios.
That when you think of them, you just start laughing.
You just look at it. Are you sure this
In a
trust
situation
issue
where,
is?
a woman says she went into marriage, knowing that there will be betrayal.
Yeah.
Okay, would you say such a marriage is based on trust?
Oh, she already entered with a mind that there will be betrayal.
Yes.
Wow. Such marriage will be full of, it's going to be funny. Because the husband, the spouse, if it's a woman that entered, the husband may be doing everything to...
So she said she's ready for it. Nothing
Nothing will surprise her.
Nothing will surprise
Yes.
her. Well, sometimes I tell people, if he can stay on that pedestrian without being suspicious, no problem. Maybe I've seen people that they build castle of trust of this, and their life got shattered. So she now make up mind that I'm going to be neutral. If trust is in marriage, if it's working, fine. If it's not working, fine. It's not going to shake me. No problem. But it still have another side. If somebody enter a marriage with that when the spouse is even not trying to trust, trying to be doing,
Like
that is the one
you already had that belief that
believe,
there's really
aha.
nothing about this
But
person.
if it's just to guide herself, then if you bring trust, she trusts the person, or you trust us, the husband, no problem. It's just like somebody trying to be ready for eventualities. And it's possible eventuality may not come. But will such a person be able to read in between the line, separate it of not being suspicious? That when somebody say, okay, I said it, It has started. If such a person will not have such a character, no problem. But I need to tell people, when you are coming into marriage, do as much as possible to make it plain and believe God for the best.
Okay.
Take the positive counseling you have had about marriage and enter marriage with them and keep on believing that yours will work like that.
All right, Pastor, as we begin to wrap up this conversation today, peradventure there are people watching this morning and trust levels been broken one way or the other, or there are people who are in marriages, perhaps young marriages, and are looking forward to building trust on both sides. What are the key components, again, of building and maintaining trust in a relationship? Because, again, everything is in life has phases, has steps, but what are those things, or if you'd like to say, those ingredients that are needed for trust to be built?
I want to first talk about communication. Try to wear out your mind. Let your partner know that I'm hurting this. Then I want to equally ask the partner to give listening ear. You know, sometimes you want to talk. Your partner is not just
ready
there.
to listen.
Nobody is ready to listen. Then sometimes you are talking. Nobody is understanding you. So if those things can be put in place, it can be built again. Because we want to use all his life to fight for heaven's sake. But so there must be room for communication. There must be a platform that will create room for communication, and you must be heard, and there must be a constructive communication.
Right.
Then somebody must be willing to listen and adjust some. Somebody will say, you can't change an adult. But to some extent, oh, this thing is hurting me. Anytime you do this, it's hurting me. Then try as much as possible. Since it's hurting this person, work on it. That's it.
Okay.
It will go a long way to help.
Right, so communication is
Communication,
one. Communication and openness, are they the
Openness. Communication and openness is just a thin line.
Okay.
They're more or less, it's just a thin line difference.
Openness and transparency.
And transparency goes together. But when it comes to communication, you may be communicating.
Exactly.
You may be communicating, but you are not open. You only say the person want to hear. So they have to work together.
So there's communication, there's openness. And
then your communication should be very, very constructive. Then there should be somebody willing to listen.
To listen.
Yeah. And adjust.
Is that where empathy comes in?
Empathy, sit where they sat. And that's what is affecting us. Often it's, and yes, I know men are wired differently, women are wired differently. But sometimes it's good you sit where they sat. I used to tell somebody, what about if it's your daughter?
Or your sister.
Or your sister. Will you allow this to be done? I used to use it to settle a lot of issues. I said, please, can you just imagine that I don't want to look at this person as your wife. Can you just look at her as a sister, as your blood sister, as your junior sister, and somebody is not doing this, will you
be happy?
Will you be happy? If you know you'll not be happy, please forget that it's your wife. Just treat her as a sister and move on. It will help a lot.
Okay, the power of counseling and the power of seeking help, therapy.
Yeah.
I know you've talked about that, but if you'd like to emphasize that again, how much of that should people also engage in?
I want to really have people to speak out. Because where you are going, somebody is already there. There's nothing new. There's nothing new. Like that couple I was telling you, it was amazing to all of us.
My own heart
because
is
we know
broken for that child. You know. And a mother who is even supposed to be more compassionate.
Compassionate, and you know, children hate that embarrassment, and that's why a lot of teachers just know that some children will not like it, that you drove them from school or anything about the academy is affected, and all that kind of a thing. So I just want to beg people that trust is something we can build, but it doesn't happen in a day. You want your couple, your spouse to trust you. It's a continuous something. Work on it. Be intentional about it. Be intentional. Let that place a platform to build it again.
All right.
Okay, we've learned today that trust is not one person's responsibility. It's a joint venture. And it is not also a destination. It's a journey. Thank you very much, Pastor Olu Franklin, counselor and coach, President, Active Youth and Teens International. And she's shed light on trust in marriage, whose responsibility. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
After this break, we'll be back.